Aragorn has every excuse to take the ring. He's the heir of Isildur, the rightful king of Gondor, a warrior with the strength to defend it, and the leader everyone is looking to when things start to fall apart. The ring could make him stronger. It could, in theory, give him the power to break Sauron. Boromir says what a lot of men would think: give it to someone great and let him wield it. And yet, Aragorn never takes it. Not at Rivendell, not in Moria, not when Boromir falls and Frodo is alone and terrified. He comes closer to it than most people realize, but he chooses something very different. So why doesn't Aragorn take the ring from Frodo? Aragorn's test comes in a quiet, brutal scene above the falls of Rauros. Frodo has just fled from Boromir, who tried to seize the ring. He runs to the hill of Amon Hen, torn apart inside. Down below, the Fellowship is scattered, unaware that everything is about to change. Sauron's shadow is growing. Orcs are already on the move. The ring's will is pressing on everyone. Aragorn finds Frodo, alone and shaking, and Frodo looks at him and says the most dangerous thing he could say to someone of Aragorn's heritage: that the ring is trying to get back to the Dark Lord, that all their strength is being used against them, and that the others will try to take it if they know he means to go alone. He is, in that moment, a hobbit asking a would-be king to let him walk into Mordor alone with the One Ring. And Aragorn's first reaction is exactly what you'd expect from a protector. He offers to go with him. He doesn't demand the ring. He doesn't say, "Give it to me, I am the king." He says, in essence, "You shouldn't bear this burden alone. Let me help you." The test lies in what he does when he realizes Frodo is meant to go alone. To understand his choice, you have to understand what the ring looks like from Aragorn's point of view. He's not neutral. The ring is tied to his own history in the worst possible way. His ancestor Isildur cut the ring from Sauron's hand, stood in the fires of Orodruin with the world's one chance at permanent victory, and kept it. Aragorn carries that failure like a shadow over his entire life. In Rivendell, Boromir speaks of Aragorn's lineage as if it's a solution. By our blood is the victory in doubt, and so on. But for Aragorn, that blood is not just glory, it's a warning. He knows that a man of his line has already been offered the ring once and chosen badly. So when Aragorn looks at the ring, he isn't just seeing power, he's seeing a weapon that already broke the greatest of his forefathers. And he also knows something about its nature. At the Council of Elrond, it's made clear no one, not even the wise, can use the ring and remain truly good. If they try to wield it against Sauron, they don't stay themselves, they become a new dark power. Gandalf refuses it, Elrond refuses it, Galadriel refuses it. They all say versions of the same thing: if I take it, I will not defeat Sauron, I will become like him. Aragorn listens to that, he believes it. So for him, taking the ring would not simply be helping. It would mean stepping directly into the pattern that destroyed Isildur and led Gondor into centuries of decline. It would mean trusting his own will against something that has already broken better and older powers. There's another layer. Aragorn knows what his role is supposed to be. From the beginning, his task is not to be the ring bearer, it's to protect the ring bearer, to hold the world together long enough for that small, unlikely mission to succeed. He knows that if the West tries to win by the same tools Sauron uses, domination, terror, centralized absolute power, it may topple Sauron, but lose itself. That's why at the Council, the wise settle on a plan that looks almost insane from a military perspective: give the enemy's greatest weapon to a hobbit and send him into the heart of the Dark Lord's realm with almost no escort. It goes against every instinct of men who think in terms of armies and banners. But it fits something Aragorn has slowly learned to trust, that humility and smallness can go where strength cannot. When Frodo is chosen as ring bearer, Aragorn doesn't fight that decision. He doesn't say, "It should be mine instead." He swears to protect Frodo's road as far as he can. He accepts a role that is strong but secondary, exactly the position Sauron would never choose for himself. The real test, though, isn't at the Council, it's later, when the plan is already falling apart. Boromir's failure shows Aragorn exactly what the ring can do to a strong-hearted man. Boromir isn't evil. He loves his city. He wants to protect his people. But the ring twists those good desires and turns them into a perfect lever. Use me, take me, save your people your way. Aragorn sees the end of that path in Denethor and in the history of Gondor, rulers chewing themselves to pieces on pride, fear, and obsession. So when he finds Frodo on Amon Hen, he faces a nearly impossible tension. If he forces Frodo to stay, the Fellowship might hold together, but the ring controls the terms. If he takes the ring himself, he risks repeating Isildur's catastrophe. If he lets Frodo choose, he might lose him, and with him, the only hope they have. The ring is pushing every angle of fear and responsibility at once. And this is what matters most. Aragorn chooses to trust Frodo instead of himself. He sees the terror in Frodo's eyes and understands what it means. Frodo isn't just running away. He's trying to slip out before the ring tears the Fellowship apart. Aragorn could argue, he could insist. He's the older, stronger, more experienced leader. By every normal standard, this is the moment for a king to take command. Instead, he does something a would-be tyrant would never do. He steps back. He tells Frodo that he understands, that if Frodo must go alone, he will not hinder him. He even kneels and closes Frodo's hand over the ring instead of reaching for it. In that single gesture, he does the opposite of what the ring wants. The ring offers mastery. Aragorn chooses service. He is not giving up responsibility. He is accepting the shape of it. From that moment on, his task is clear. Distract the eye, lead the remaining free peoples, and pull Sauron's gaze away from the true danger quietly climbing through the ash and rock. There's also a question of suitability. Aragorn is great, but greatness is exactly what makes him vulnerable to the ring. Great leaders want to shape the world. The ring offers the power to do exactly that. Hobbits are different. They don't want to remake the world. They want to be left in peace. That makes them easier to ignore and, in some ways, harder to corrupt. Gandalf sees this, Elrond sees this, Galadriel sees this, and Aragorn, who has spent years moving between hobbits and kings, learns to see it too. Frodo is not stronger than Aragorn in battle. His mind is not more trained than Aragorn's, but he is less interested in power. And that, in Tolkien's world, is a kind of strength that matters more when you're dealing with something like the One Ring. Aragorn could take the ring, but he would also become the most visible target in Middle-earth. Sauron would feel that challenge immediately. Every power would look at him, not just as a king, but as a threat. The war would become a contest of dominations, and that's exactly the field where Sauron is strongest. Instead, Aragorn chooses to fight the war he can win, not the war of rings and domination, but the war of hearts, courage, and open defiance. He leads armies, rallies kingdoms, claims his throne, but always as a man who refused the shortcut. There's one more piece to this. Aragorn's whole story is about healing a broken line. He doesn't just want the crown of Gondor, he wants to be a different kind of king than the ones the ring has already ruined. That means resisting the temptation to act as if everything depends on him alone. A bad king says, "Give me every power and I will fix it all." A good king knows some tasks cannot belong to him. So when Frodo walks away, Aragorn doesn't just let him go and collapse in despair. He immediately turns and does what only he can do. He rallies the others. He leads the hunt for Merry and Pippin. He takes his first steps towards the paths of the dead. Later, he will even dare to march on the Black Gate, not because he thinks he can win in battle, but to give Frodo a chance to win where it counts. He never takes the ring because he understands that some victories require refusing the tools that look strongest. So why didn't Aragorn take the ring from Frodo? Because he knew too well what it had already done to his line. Because he believed the wise when they said it could not be used for good. Because his true role was not to wield the ring, but to protect the one who did. Because at the moment of testing, he chose trust over control. And because he wanted to be the kind of king who passes the test his ancestor failed. He proves his worth not by claiming the greatest power in the world, but by refusing it, and by helping a frightened hobbit carry it instead. If this answered your question, leave a like so more fans can find him, and subscribe to Echoes of Middle-earth for more lore that the movies never fully explained. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.